This video will be hard to listen to. Should you though? Yes. Will this video ruin your day? Probably. But do you need to hear it? Yes. So it's up to you. But I must say, viewer discretion is advised.
My name is Martin Weiss, and for the past 50 years, I've run the only ratings agency in America that has consistently warned investors ahead of time about big bank failures, precisely the crisis we face today. But this time, the crisis is very different. And so today, I have an entirely new kind of warning. Starting this summer, nearly all your banking transactions could come under direct federal surveillance. What's worse, the government could gain the power to take over your bank account for virtually any reason. This isn't hearsay or a crazy internet rumor. It's all laid out right here in this 93-page official government document I'm holding in my hand. Federal Reserve docket numbered OP 1670. This innocent-sounding document, which was never meant for the general public, reveals a new Federal Reserve program that could give the government the power to suspend your ability to pay others, suspend your ability to receive money, punish you with fees and fines, and even seize control over your money. This is alarming, and it's especially frightening now at a time when the government officials are desperately scrambling to cope with a new financial emergency, a dangerous surge of big bank failures. No one can predict exactly what they will do, but I do know this: desperate governments do desperate things. There is a way for you to escape the dangers, and I will show you how, but you don't have a lot of time to prepare. Because the Federal Reserve has officially announced that it will roll out its new program just weeks from now. Imagine this scenario. You wake up one morning, log into your bank account, and stare at a flashing red alert. Your account's transactions have been frozen. Your ability to send money and receive money shut down. Your crime? You didn't commit one. It all starts with this document outlining a frightening new program that could give unelected federal officials the power to closely monitor or even freeze your account based on your everyday transactions, based on your buying behavior, even based on your political views or the charities you donate money to. Over 100 of the nation's largest banks have already joined and will be a part of the rollout starting this summer. So there's a good chance your bank is already participating. I'll share the names of the banks involved in a moment, but you don't have much time left. And that's why I'm talking to you today, to warn you and to show you what I'm doing with my own money to protect my own retirement.
First off, let me introduce myself. My name is Silver Slayer. I post silver-related videos every single day of the week, so make sure you subscribe. Definitely click the bell so you immediately get notified anytime anything important happens regarding silver. And since everything affects the price of silver, I have to cover everything from geopolitical issues, political issues, economic, fundamental, anything that has to do with anything, since it all is directly correlated with silver's price. So it's your one-stop shop. If you think your money is safe while it's sitting in your bank account, you are wrong. If you think the banks can't and won't fail, you're wrong. Earlier this year, Silicon Valley Bank failed and had to get bailed out. Was that a once-in-a-lifetime thing? No. And the scary thing is, the next time, they're not going to bail these banks out and save them. Even more, your money sitting in your bank, even if it was safe, is still burning away in purchasing power due to hyperinflation. But the reality is, it's not safe in your bank either. The dollar has lost 98% of its original purchasing power, almost 50% in the last 20 years alone. America is $34 trillion in debt. There is a global reset happening between the BRICS nations, denominating the US dollar as the world's reserve currency, and it's all unfolding as you listen to this video. We are truly in foreign territory, pun intended. The United States has never been in a situation even remotely close to this. This could and possibly be the end of the dollar. Nobody's using it anymore, and it's backed by nothing beyond a hope and a promise. So it's not like it has legs and a foundation to stand on. I just want to say, this isn't something you want to know, because nobody does, but it's something you need to know. So this video, like I said, is going to be heavy, and I'm glad that you stuck around this far if you did, because we haven't even really gotten to the meat and potatoes yet. I wanted to stop that video right where I did because he goes into then his decisions on how to protect his retirement. Here's the thing about articles or videos like this. Even though they might be trying to sell you something, or not even sell you something, or tell you to sign up for whatever they are doing or listen to them, that's irrelevant because I'm not going to listen to what his 4 things are. But the information he gave right up to that point is all real. It's all fact. I'm just not going to take his alternative to the banks collapsing. See what I'm saying? A lot of people look at just that part and then don't look at anything he said before that, which is the most important thing to look at. My option or my solution is physical precious metals. His might be some stock or some other ETF or whatever. That's okay. That doesn't knock anything he mentioned before this. So I just want to share that this stuff is real. Banks can and most likely will fail. Everything he said is real. That docket he said, I think it was Executive Order OP 6170 or 1670. Yeah, 1670. That's real. And this stuff is not a conspiracy. A lot of people think it genuinely is just people that are paranoid, that are just assuming the worst. They don't know that there is actual evidence. Like this guy said, it wasn't meant to be seen from the public eye. Well, it is now. So I'm going to highlight some of this. This is the transcript, and I hope you guys stick along. Let me know what you guys think about this, and if you guys are taking control of your wealth. If you are, good for you. If you haven't yet, you still have time, because silver is still extremely undervalued. Most people will be buying silver once it's too late. If you did want to, just email buy.slayer@gmail.com. You can go directly from me to get silver. You can call me on the phone. I'll answer. You can email me. I will take your orders. And I have great deals, silver, gold, and platinum deals. I even have a deal right now for 100 ounces of Eagles at $4.99 over spot. I'm pretty sure it's the Slayer Cyber Week from Miles Franklin. I got you guys. But anyways, I'm not trying to sell you guys this hope, just from a capitalistic perspective. It's because I genuinely want you guys to take control of your wealth, because if it's sitting in your bank account, it's not yours. You're at the mercy of the bank. They can seize your account. They can pause it. They can monitor it. They can do whatever they want. Even if it's political, they look at the charities you donate to. If it doesn't fit the narrative of what their liking is, I mean, you don't want to be at the mercy of the bank. And when you're in debt, you're a slave to the system completely. Stuff is serious, folks, and that's why I'm glad I can offer you guys an alternative, because there is no solution. So let's look at this. There are over 100 banks that have already signed up for this, by the way. So he says his goal is not to scare you. There's already enough fear. My goal is to help you prepare. And that's true. And so you need not to be afraid. I like that, because a lot of people think out of sight, out of mind. Oh, let's just hope it doesn't happen. I'm just going to go along my day and watch videos on YouTube and TikTok. And the reality is, not preparing is still a form of preparing, just like not coping is a form of coping. Not grieving is a form of grieving. Preparing is where strategizing comes into play. It's called a silver stacking strategy. Gamblers throw money at the wall, hope it sticks, with the odds highly against them. Highly, highly against them. Investors take the information and tweak the odds in our favor. That's why it's called a strategy. You're preparing for something that is most likely going to come. It's not that you want it to, it's that more than likely the evidence shows it will. Are you rebellious for buying silver or being a silver stacker? Are you saying that you hate the system? No. It's realistically looking at the system and saying, yo, this is serious. Let me take control and help out my family, because anyone who has their entire, I guess, their earnings. I mean, we're talking about financial securities, financial stability. Think about this, folks. Like I've said before, if you don't have your money in silver, you're as good as dead. People say, oh, that's exaggerating. It's really not when you think about it. If you have your entire life savings, your family's fortune in a bank, where it's a number on a screen and it's protected by a country that is $34 trillion in debt, and the money, the USD, is being denominated by the BRICS nations, where 75% of the world is now under the Belt Road Initiative, and a new country every single day is switching out USD for oil or whatever, the new currency that's arising, and your money is in the currency that's collapsing, that's failing. That's that's like all your money is on is like walking on a tightrope, and if you fall, it's gone. Are you willing to risk that? Because precious metals, you're 100% in control. So you could take that 3% chance that things will work out, or you could take 100% and 100% approach that no matter what happens, you'll be good, you'll be okay. See what I'm saying? I like to try to break things down for people to put in perspective for people, because this stuff is not just made up. It sounds crazy, I know. If you didn't know about it, it's probably very eye-opening. It could be a world-shattering type of video for some people. Like, show this video to someone who has no idea, has never invested a penny in their entire life. This video could literally just shatter their perspective on the world. It's sad, but like I said in the intro, it's not that you want to know it, because nobody wants to know this stuff. It's that you need to put emotions aside. You need to know this so you can prepare. So let's look at some of this. So I want to see where he's taking this narrative. So here's some examples. There's something about the Obama administration he mentions. It could happen under any government, left, right, or in between, and all they need is an excuse to declare a national emergency, like big bang failures, like war. I mean, look at the Executive Order 6102 by FDR in 1933. Hey, give me your gold, and if you don't, you're going to prison. Or paying a $10,000 fine. Next year, 1934, give me your silver, or you're going to prison, paying a $10,000 fine. And then look at the Hunt brothers. Oh, you bought all the silver up? Okay, we're going to ban silver and then put you in jail. They can make up things on the spot, like it mentions right here. National emergency, we definitely can throw this word out, this phrase out at any given point, and it definitely would fit the narrative. Nobody would be surprised if they declared a national emergency tomorrow. Most likely we are. And then it goes into big bank failures. SVB Bank, Silicon Valley Bank. What happened? It failed. They had to get bailed out. What about bail-ins? Andrew Schectman talks about that a lot. Maybe you think the government would never take control over your assets. Government confiscation of assets from private citizens is a long-standing tradition and a very common practice. Consider nursing student Stephanie Wilson. Not long ago, 2 of her cars were seized and she lost the first car forever. What about Terry Rowland? Gave $82,373 in cash to his daughter to open a joint bank account. It was his entire life savings for retirement. But every penny was seized as she passed through Pittsburgh International Airport on her way to open the account. Meanwhile, a man who managed a Christian charity for adults and orphans collect $53,000 in donations. On the way to deposit, he was pulled over by a cop during a routine traffic stop. Every penny was seized. But none of these people ever did anything wrong. And then, because that's the scary part. People say, well, because like what Kanye West got his bank account seized, frozen. So did Andrew Tate. Well, those guys are saying very controversial things, and they involve racism, yada yada. But I don't do that. I'm not some famous celebrity in the public eye. But this doesn't mean you have to necessarily be for them to take your money or freeze or seize your accounts. That's the scary part. And it goes, sure, in court of law, people are presumed innocent until proven guilty, but when the government confiscates your money or other asset, you're presumed guilty until you can prove your innocence. How often does it happen? According to the Institute for Justice, it's a massive nationwide problem. This is crazy right here. Since the year 2000, they've documented 17 million cases of confiscation by 45 states, District of Columbia by the federal government. Are these numbers exaggerated in some way? No, most states do not provide complete data, so if anything, the numbers affected grossly underestimated. This is crazy. And they have even independent or investigative reporters looking into this, which we can keep going into, but let me say something real quick. This is why when I say invest in the precious metals, store it in a safe or 6 feet in your backyard or in some military bunker you got in the next city over with all your guns and ammunition and, or put it in a safety deposit box. But like I always say, but if the bank were to close or stuff does hit the fan and you can't access that bank, my opinion, put it somewhere easily accessible. And if you have a lot of silver, maybe multiple locations. If you drop your egg in a basket, at least if you have multiple baskets, not all your eggs are cracked. Regardless, you got to be in complete control, because if you can't hold it, you don't own it. This stuff is serious, folks. Then they go into this. In 1 year, U.S. Justice Department, U.S. Treasury received $5 billion in assets confiscated from private citizens. Only $3.5 billion was stolen. The rest was taken from innocent Americans. This is why you cannot leave your money in your bank at the mercy of the bank. I'm not saying go draw every penny out of your bank account. No. You still got to pay your mortgage. You still got to make car payments. You still need money in there. But if you don't have precious metals, if you don't have anything else, any other, portfolio diversifying into things that are detached from the dollar. Like I just made a video about Robert Kiyosaki yesterday, or actually probably this video will be coming out probably tomorrow. So yeah, I made a video about Robert Kiyosaki yesterday. You can go check it out. Of him saying, actually it was today, sorry, I forgot that I am posting this video today. Him saying you need to invest in silver, gold, and Bitcoin. Why those three? Because those three are detached from the dollar. You are in complete control. Cryptocurrency is decentralized. There's no centralized bank. There's no bank of Bitcoin. There's no Bitcoin police. You are in complete control. In a cold wallet stored offline. Same with precious metals. You're in complete control. You took the control away from them and put it in your own hands. That's what happens when you take fake money and put it into real money, into God's money. So when you have every investment in stocks and anything pegged to the dollar, it's like switching seats in the Titanic. When the dollar crumbles, it's going down with it. So anyways, I just wanted to share this because this stuff is important. I know it's scary. I know that people might say, well, why do you make videos like this? It's because I need to. Me knowing this information and having a platform of 100,000 people and not sharing this to my loyal fans, to know this and just not give them this information would be wrong, no matter how scary it is. You know what I'm saying? Why would I keep this from you guys? You guys need to know this. So there's more to this as well. I'll post the link to this in the description, but it goes on. It keeps going on. I'm not going to recommend his quote-unquote plan or these 4 steps. You can check them out if you want. But I'm saying precious metals. And it keeps going on into more evidence showing why this and when this and how this could happen. So yes, folks, this is serious. Remember, send an email to buy.slayer@gmail.com if you want to purchase silver, gold, platinum, whatever. I will hook you guys up. You talk to me on the phone. We have some deals going on right now. Silver, gold, and platinum deals. We have new deals every Monday at Miles Franklin. And right now we also have that American Eagle deal. It's 100 ounces minimum at $4.99 over spot. I think it's $4.99. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure it's $4.99. If anything, it's like, I know it's around that area, which is one of the best competitive prices, and that's what Miles Franklin does. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.